BlackRock includes Coinbase surveillance sharing agreement in its ETF refiling. Octominer launches the Octoserver E10 in preparation for the shift to proof of useful work by Flux. Silicon is not releasing a Kaspa ASIC at this time. Be careful out there. Coastal Crypto lowers the price of the Bitmain L7, and that is specifically the 9 gigahash model. Aneta is launching wrapped Bitcoin on the Cardano blockchain soon, and the Zilliqa network is poised to deploy a significant upgrade to its mainnet with version 9.2. Let's get into all of that and more in this episode of Blocks, where I cover crypto mining news daily as quickly as possible. Let's get into it. We have exciting news about the Zilliqa network's upcoming upgrade to its mainnet. The version 9.2 upgrade, scheduled for July 5th at 8 UTC, will introduce several enhancements and new features aiming at improving performance and strengthening cross-chain functionalities. Zilliqa's commitment to pushing boundaries in blockchain technology is evident in this upgrade. Users, developers, and node operators can expect significant value from the forthcoming improvements. One key improvement is enhanced interoperability between the Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM for short, and Zilliqa. This will make it easier to create, test, and launch fungible tokens using ERC20 and ZRC2 smart contracts, facilitating seamless cross-chain interactions. The upgrade also includes extended testing coverage for third-party EVM contracts and ensures full backward compatibility with existing Zilliqa contracts. This emphasizes Zilliqa's focus on security and functionality. Bug fixes, improvements to server-side resilience, and enhanced network performance are also part of the upgrade. These changes aim to create a faster, more efficient, and more secure network for all users and participants. Developers will benefit from an improved interface with advanced search and trace capabilities, as well as expanded development platform support. The upgrade also introduces a new developer network, offering early access to new features and products. During the upgrade process, which is expected to take around 8 hours but could extend up to 24 hours starting from 0800 UTC on July 5th, the Zilliqa network will not process transactions, including withdrawals and deposits. Users should plan accordingly. The Zilliqa team will provide updates on the completion of the update process and appreciates the understanding and patience of all network participants during this period. Future upgrades will continue to enhance Zilliqa's EVM compatibility and overall network efficiency. These upgrades will also include improvements to rejoin process and reward structures, aiming to relax constraints on miners' location subject to the network's governance system. For more detailed information about the V2 upgrade, or V9.2 upgrade, please check the description below. Viewers are also encouraged to explore the latest notes for Zilliqa version 9.2 and Zilliqa version 0.13.3. In an announcement tweet on June 30th, the official anetaBTC Twitter account stated that on July 7th, the mainnet launch of the first wrapped Bitcoin protocol will launch on Cardano. Available at app.anetaBTC.io, you are able to connect your Cardano web wallet and participate. This long-awaited move will make Cardano DeFi that much more relevant. Aneta is also working on wrapped Bitcoin for the Ergo blockchain, and this is one step closer to having a more robust proof-of-work alternative since the move to proof-of-stake by Ethereum. Coastal Crypto has dropped the price of their Bitmain Antminer L7 to $4,999, $1 under $5,000. This miner currently generates $9.27 in profit at 10 cents per kilowatt hour while merge mining Litecoin and Dogecoin, making the ROI 540 days at the time of publication of this video. Check out the affiliate link in the description below for purchasing details. No, the Silicon Cas Miner Master Series is not real. In an official Twitter post by Silicon, they stated, quote, "Fraud alert, Silicon.shop has nothing to do with Silicon. It's a fraud website. The so-called Inosilicon A12 and A12 Plus machines do not exist. Please do not purchase anything from inosilicon.shop. Just a reminder to stay frosty when purchasing crypto mining equipment. Only purchase through verified retailers and double check the web address in your browser. The official site for Inosilicon is inosilicon.com. Octominer has announced pricing for their upcoming Octoserver E10 X99 and Flux Edition Proof of Useful Work server solutions. Thanks to choosing the X99 platform, they are incredibly affordable, with the Octoserver E10 X99 starting between $1,825 and $1,995 with additional add-ons. The Flux Edition comes with the Flux branding and upgraded equipment and starts at $2,195 US. The Octoserver E10 X99 comes standard with two Xeon E5 2698 V3 CPUs. That means a total of 32 cores and 64 threads. Along with the CPUs, the server includes 128 gigabytes of DDR4 ECC memory for the uninitiated. That is error correcting memory, and that is upgradable to 1 terabyte of memory total in the system. It also includes a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD, 3 1800 watt hot swappable power supplies, a 5U lid for taller GPUs, and 10 PCIe by 8 slots for all of the proof of useful work they will be doing. Upgrades include a 10 gigabit network card, which I highly recommend for future proofing, a 4U case lid for enterprise GPUs, 2 M.2 to PCIe SSD adapters, an additional 3-year warranty for a cheap $120 US, which I would recommend if you're purchasing this, an additional 1800 watt power supply, and Xeon E5 2699 V4 CPU upgrades if you want to be rocking even faster on the CPU side of things. And if you want, you can go ahead and purchase 10 Octoserver RTX 4090 AI dual slot GPUs, which will be shipped July 20th. These particular GPUs, just as a quick note for you guys, are unmarked, unbranded blower style cards that will have the 12-pin plug on the rear of the card and should be ideal, of course, for a server style case. Some of the questions, of course, with the server style fans that'll be in these units is the CFM and your typical open air GPU coolers, your third-party manufacturer coolers, which could, of course, create some issues with that CFM blowing through, causing damage to the fans on traditional GPUs like that. You probably do want to, if you're looking into this and also going to be purchasing GPUs, purchase the blower style coolers. At least that's how I would see it. The Octoserver Flux Edition keeps the same specifications except in the memory and storage department, where it ships with 256 gigabytes of memory instead of 128 gigabytes and a 2 terabyte M.2 SSD instead of the 1 terabyte version. In addition to that, if you're a Flex fan, the branding is, well, nice. Both options include 10 2.5 or 3.5 inch HDD bays, intended for solid state storage. A backplane is rumored to be included by Red Panda Mining in the future. In its current iteration shown by Red Panda, the drives would plug into the SATA ports directly on the motherboard. A separate RAID controller would be preferred in the future, as opposed to using the onboard RAID controller, but maybe that will be included in the backplane as well. I'm not really sure at this point. Overall, Octominer has made the transition to proof of useful work simple and, in my humble opinion, as affordable as possible. There are still quite a few questions surrounding proof of useful work in specific use cases. From cloud gaming to AI and basic compute, the specific tasks will vary. This means it is difficult to say if X99 as a platform will be sufficient across all proof of useful work cryptocurrencies. But as they worked closely with Flux on this launch, it is suffice to say it will be sufficient for Flux on launch of their proof of useful work solution. Finally, NASDAQ has included a Coinbase Surveillance Sharing Agreement, SSA for short, in a refiling for the ETF. This move follows similar decisions made by other companies seeking to launch Bitcoin exchange traded funds. BlackRock, the massive asset manager, has reportedly reached an agreement with Coinbase to address the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC for short, concerns about potential market manipulation. The surveillance sharing agreement will help the ETF combat these concerns and increase its chances of regulatory approval. The trend of spot Bitcoin ETF filing started with BlackRock, followed by other asset management firms like Fidelity. Now, BlackRock has included a Coinbase SSA in its spot Bitcoin ETF refiling, aiming to address the SEC's concerns. Previously, the SEC had deemed the submissions inadequate. According to the filing, the spot Bitcoin SSA will be a bilateral surveillance sharing agreement between NASDAQ and Coinbase, supplementing the exchange's market surveillance program. Similar agreements are required by regulatory standards for other companies, including Fidelity, seeking to launch spot Bitcoin ETFs. The initial BlackRock fund filing was made last month, and approval has been a central question as traditional finance companies present new challenges to the SEC. However, the SEC has not yet approved a spot Bitcoin ETF, so the asset management firms still face an uphill battle. Overall, the inclusion of the Coinbase SSA in the spot Bitcoin ETF refiling by BlackRock is a significant development in the pursuit of a regulated Bitcoin ETF. The agreement addresses concerns about market manipulation and aims to improve the chances of regulatory approval. But remember, as I always state when we talk about these things, Bitcoin came into play and originated from the 2008 financial crisis and housing market collapse, and is intended to actually distance the financial systems that we utilize from traditional finance and from institutions such as BlackRock, such as the SEC, and such as any other banking or government institution. So it is what it is. This is what we are facing, though. Does it mean that price on Bitcoin probably does look better from this? Potentially, yes. Thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and notification bells down below. If you would like to purchase my crypto mining e-course, please check it out at sonofatech.com for my daily moves and insights that I provide to my locals. Check it out at sonofatech.locals.com. I appreciate the support from each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow or next Tuesday.